last week's episode was well received actually. I'm pretty glad that most of you guys go away chicken. Most of you guys actually liked the episode. Whoops. Anyways, yeah. So to be honest, last week's episode was it was a long time in making. Pretty much I spent a whole week making that episode, and that guy's getting stuck in there. Spent about a whole week trying to make that episode, and yeah, and that wasn't that easy really. How do you get in there? Get out. Go back home, mate. So I'm trying to do a lot of I need a lot of stone for my castle in the starting area. So I'm thinking of clearing out this small bit of stone here for now. And realize I'm not sure if I show you guys this beacon down here, beacon base, and it's only 2 layers deep. I want to make it let's actually take a look at my. So I want S2, which means I need to have the full beacon, but I don't have enough iron. That's the issue right now, and every time I need to get something that's related to iron, I had to go mine some iron. You can see there's a lot of strip mines throughout here, and yeah, it's kind of pain in the ass to actually mine all this iron. And Minecraft, iron itself is something that we can, exploit. As you can see here, it's a good demonstration right here. So I got a small village of, let's say, 20 villages or so, and it's spawning in all these iron golems, and they're spawning in non-stop. And what happens is that some of these iron golems end up going into the ocean, and they pretty much stay down there, like that guy. I saw one down here as well, and they don't despawn. Oh, I'm gonna grab that iron. Thank you very much. And they never despawn, so they're pretty much lagging this whole server just by spawning them. So for the longest time, these never spawned in the game, and after like 1.14, they always spawn. So it's either broken or engineered at this point. The game mechanic I made. Yeah, so I think you're actually making an iron farm. So maybe use some of these villages. I need to do some research. The only problem I'm thinking I'm going to run into is that it couldn't have too many villages in the same spot. So if I built an iron farm, let's say over there, like in the sky, that village might overlap with this village radius. So that might make some confusion. But I had to do some research. But I'm going to get that done. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's a village. How did they get in here? Oh, stop! Oh, get out! Get the hell out! You peasant! Look at that is done. Oh yeah. So if you're wondering what's up with the crystals being up there, and why is my previously opened end gate it's no longer there, and instead it's over there now. The reason is because for some reason my end was corrupted. That's right. I'll put on some screenshots I took early on, and as you can see during I think when I logged into my single player world accidentally using the same account on a different Minecraft instance to get the time lapse videos, it somehow corrupted my world. I think that's my bad because I used single player to log in into the same world once again. The game did warn me about it, so however, oh man, this music. Because of that reason, I had to pretty much copy the structures I've made over there. I just had to use structure boards and creative in order to copy what I had. I think I got a screenshot of how bad it turned out. I think the all the chunks were all fucked up, and I had to reconstruct all this bit from scratch again. Kind of setback, but I didn't stress out too much about it. It's not really set back because I actually cheated to get that back into place. But as you saw in the time lapse, I had to create that one in the first try. Yeah, so I did explore that side of the actual end island, end cities, so that was all good. yeah, I'm here to repair all my stuff. Be right back. Infinite XP. So much so my game is lagging at this point. Can't kill more. It's causing my game to lag. Be right back. Alright, so I worked on started working on the iron farm. And so given that I have a village in that direction, just right there, according to the wiki, the village radius is around 32 blocks. So I counted some blocks, and I'm thinking the village center is right over there, like where all the golems are sort of spawning and gathering around. So I've counted 32 blocks, and that sort of stops over here. And I added an extra buffer of 20 blocks, and that ends over here and down here. And so this is the 32 blocks radius of that. So that crafting bench signifies the center of that iron farm, and 32 blocks is to that end over there. So hopefully this shouldn't clash with that village and combine into one single village, and instead the iron golem should spawn right here in the middle. Hopefully that's the case, but I don't know. I'm just following through Tango Tech's tutorial. Tango Tech, sorry. And yeah, so once I get that done, I'll get back to the next clip. But not sure if I wanted to record a time lapse for that though, because it's kind of not that interesting to look at. This is another thing I want to get done today. Setting up the actual first puzzle map, and I might create the actual puzzle map itself within the island to start off. Maybe somewhere here. Because with the new Minecraft mechanic of locking maps, I can simply lock the map once I'm done with it, and I can just reuse the same map, like map base, to create all the maps in the starting area. And once I'm done with that, I can change the background to fit in all the other backgrounds. That way I can reuse the same map background to populate all the maps in the area, instead of having to create, every like map bases for each and every puzzle, which there are plenty of. I think there's altogether 512 puzzles in the game, and I'm going to create maps for each of those puzzles. So be right back. Alright, so pretty much finished building the first layer of the iron farm. So let me quickly brief what's going on here, so you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is no way in a tutorial to build an iron farm, but it should be really easy to just by looking at this farm to sort of build this. So this is a 18 by 19 footprint of an area, and towards the edge there's a spot where you can, maybe I should have that anyways. There's a spot of 3 different workbenches. This could really be any kind of workbench, as long as it's been recognized by one of the villager job types. And there's 3 beds for each of the 3 villages that's going to be occupying these 3 blocks. And I'm going to put in some actual trapdoors so they don't fall over in this direction. So they pretty much can be trapped in this block here forever in their lives. Kind of sad, but so there's going to be 4 groups of villagers. Essentially it's supposed to be a single village, and so these villagers don't really have a free will. They just see they can just move 1 block to the left or right and just go to sleep. That's pretty much it. Sad life. But so what's going to happen is that there's a couple different ways you can spawn village iron golems in this world. In Minecraft 1.15. So it used to be in Minecraft 1.12. They've changed how the iron mechanic actually works. Remember back in the day, I used to make the Iron Titan from Tango Tech, and the Iron Titan, that was so painful to create. You had to have like a bunch of doors, and you had to go back and forth on placing those doors just to make sure the door alignments, the actual village centers are aligned in like a certain grid. Fortunately, that mechanic was always broken, and they've changed that over to this iron golem mechanic. So what's going to happen is that there's 2 ways, as I mentioned earlier. The iron golems can get spawned. One way is by so right now I'm pretty sure all the iron golems over there are spawned by rumors, meaning that every now and then the villagers gather up in the village center to share rumors, and that's at that point there's a chance the iron golems can get spawned. But in this case, ours is quite different because we're sort of making use of zombies, zombots to actually force the actual villagers to spawn an iron golem. So once they see an actual a zombie, they're gonna force spawn a iron golem, and the nearest proof friendly spot, which is gonna be up here in the spawning platforms. So once they see an actual iron golem, so once they see the actual zombie, they're gonna try to spawn in the an iron golem in the nearest spawning platform up here. And the actual zombot's gonna be on the actual block over there, and I'm going to use this piston to push them in onto the top, meaning that they'll be in the eyesight of the actual villagers, and the villagers should start panicking. This goes panic, and there's like, what do we do, and they're just going to spawn an iron golem on top here. Yeah, so the actual iron golem's going to spawn over here. Right now I'm trying to catch some zombies in this block over here, that's why I have this zombie catcher really. So what I'm trying to do right now is to catch a zombie, and the water golem's gonna get flushed out through the water down to the actual down to there, which will be the killing platform. Yes, I think I explained it to a decent level. So let me actually catch one on the screen. So I'm trying to spawn in a zombie. Now these blocks are yeah, so these are half slabs. They should be able to spawn on the upper half of the half slab, so it should be fine if I can fly. Right, spawn, come on. Why are they not spawning? Maybe I'm too close to it. If I go far away. Oh, did they actually spawn in there? Look at that. As intended. No, right. I didn't even try to make it spawn, and it just spawned in the actual spot. Hilarious, mate. Alright, so I'm just gonna need to give it whoops, and I just need to give it some dirt to hold. It'll be unspawnable, undespawnable forever. So I could give it a name, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna make sure it has some blocks on the top. Otherwise it'll just burn in the dark, in the sun. Let me quickly put in an actual block over there before the sun rises. Alright, so that guy should stay in there forever. So what I'm trying to do today, what I'm trying to do is I want to populate all my 4 villages up there. Let me get up there quickly. So far I got 2 villages here, 3 villages there. There's my third guy. There's one guy over there, a little guy. Yeah, there should be another guy here. Wait, did he die? Wait, where's my third guy? Oh, come on. Why are you dying, mate? It's so annoying to work with these villagers, to be honest. They either jump off and just die, and if that doesn't happen, they just kill themselves somehow. Oh man, it looks like I killed one of these guys. So annoying to work with these villagers at all. Really hope there's an easy way to work with these villagers, but nah, they don't want to work. The reason I have this barricading is because as soon as I released him from the actual minecart, they just jumped out and just died. Alright, would this guy kill himself as well? I don't know. No, I don't want to take the chance. Yeah. Alright, what I'm gonna do is gonna put in some barricades just for this guy. Okay, I think it's good time to actually do some kidnapping, if you know what I mean. So during the night time, I've found it the easiest to kidnap the villagers from the actual village, because during that time the actual villagers are sleeping, and it's so much easier to nap some of them. Okay, they're good, the kid. Okay, nice. Right, come on, kid, while your parents are sleeping. No, you're not going to sleep, mate. Get out of the sleep. No more sleep for you. I'm gonna kidnap you instead. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, damn it. Get out there. This is so hard to. This is the problem with working with villagers. They're so hard to deal with. They don't either one, they don't wanna work with me at all, or they don't. When they do wanna work with me, they're super hard to deal with. Like, you can't leash them. Stop sleeping, mate. Right, I'm gonna kill your bed. How about now? Get in the minecart. Alright, nice. Get out, bitch. Come on. Alright, before your parents wake up. Oh no, your dad's awake. Quick, get in. No, dad didn't realize you gone. Alright, so kidnapped a small kid. I'm trying to make him move to the actual top over there. Oh yeah, so I actually created while this thing is going, I created a what do you call automatic chicken cooker, and it cooks a bunch of chickens already. Alright, so I think it's working. So this village is I think the AI was improved since the last update for sure, but they're still dumb. They just jump off cliffs sometimes. They do like dumb shit like that, but hopefully hopefully they're not gonna jump off there. Let's hope that it's not gonna happen. No, come on, man. Come on, mate. Oh well, looks like he's getting back. Let me try to turn it around before he gets home. Okay, cool. Go back. You're not going home, mate. This is super hard to deal with. Alright, he'll get there. Let me get ahead of him. Alright, so he's up here, I think. Is he here? Should be here. Where is he? Wait, where's my minecart? Oh man, where'd you go? Did you go all the way back here? Oh, I did. Don't tell me he died. No! It died. I killed this kid. Anyways, his dad is asleep, so oh man. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. It's so hard to deal with these villagers. You can't leash them, you can't move them, you have to minecart them, and you don't want to get in minecarts. Alright, so I put all the villages in place, but doesn't seem to be working at all. I got this panic button. If I wanted to press, it'll see how the villagers are panicking. And I just had to make sure they don't push each other off. Okay, I'm so scared if they're gonna actually push each other off at some point. Like it gets real close to it. Let me show you guys. Yeah, look at that. Anyways, yeah, I've spent so much time trying to fix this iron farm, and so according to the source code, these villages has to either sleep and use the actual workbench, whatever workbench they're on, within the day for iron golems to spawn. But the problem is the iron golems don't spawn right now. I'm not sure why. It could be because these workbench you sort of pointed at are not really the workbenches they are working on. So see, this guy is a cleric, meaning his workbench will be like a lectern, which there's no other lecterns nearby. So it could be one of the lecterns in my actual village over there. So I did actually kidnap this guy as a profession. As you can see, that he's having a gold medal. So he might not work. I might need to bring in a new villager for that. But everyone else, they got their professions over here. Like when I brought them over here, I made sure that they are not fully grown when I brought nearby, and I pretty much used some sort of a station up here to make them grow up for a while, and as soon as they grow up they picked up the right profession. But what I'm not entirely sure about right now is that they are actually, so right now all these blocks, the workstation blocks, are cartography tables, meaning that all of these are cartographers. But the problem is that if I were to do enough trading with these, I want to make sure that they selecting the workbench right next to them, not something that they happens to be picked up, a workbench they happen to be picked up while they were growing up. So the only way to make sure that happens is to remove all the workbenches and place them once again. So this is actually a good point. Let me actually see if I can do that while in the video. Temporarily slab this in so they can't fall over when I actually remove the blocks. They should be fine here, I think. I need to get a level down, or I could just snap this off. Alright, so I'm gonna take all these workbenches out. I'll pick that up later. So if I look at these guys, see how this guy and that guy no longer a cartographer, right? But that guy over there, he's still a cartographer, meaning that his workbench is not that one I just broke. It's somewhere nearby. So I need to break all of them and actually replace them one by one. And that way I can actually make sure that each of them have access to their own workbenches. So I'll be right back. Well, this guy over here pushed his friends to the death. I couldn't get it done footage, but well, he got a murder, I guess. Yeah, anyways, he was one of the librarians, meaning that he must have picked up his profession while he was there. So it's a good thing that he murdered him. This doesn't look good. So this guy is a cartographer, but where's his workbench? I just removed all the workbenches. I shouldn't. Why is that guy down here? Ah, he pushed him off. Come on. Why are they pushing each other off? This shouldn't happen. And why aren't they going to sleep? It's night time. There's your bed, mate. Oh man, these villagers are no fun to work with. Alright, so I've been spending way too much time with these villagers, and I've sort of solved the issue of them not sleeping. Now there's a couple of villages there not sleeping. I need to figure out why, but I think I know why, to be honest. So the way they actually decide if they want to sleep or not is by looking if they have access to the actual bed. Now this might look like they have access to the bed, but I assure you not, they don't. So this bed is placed wrong. God, I'm too afraid to break this bed, but let me grab an extra bed just in case if they decide to jump off and be suicidal, you know. I'll grab 2 more beds. I got a back pile of beds over here. Whoops, wrong way. So they don't really care about the bed as a whole. The only thing they really care about is the actual where the head is. So right now these 2 villagers cannot access the head of the bed, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be extra careful, because I know for sure these villagers are suicidal. So I'm gonna break this in quickly and place that in. And as soon as you guys saw there, is that as soon as they have access to the bed, they whoops, wrong key. I changed my bounce to the drop key. So as soon as they see the bed, they'll jump onto it. That's not where I meant to put it. Fuck. Okay, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, goddammit. Alright, now there you go. Alright, so now is everyone sleeping. Okay, so I just had to make sure that oh man, there's so many unwritten rules around villages. Now, the first mistake I did was when I moved these villages in here, they already had a profession. The guy's awake. Go to sleep, buddy. Come on, go to sleep, guys. Fuck, they're waking up for. Maybe I should get out of here. So there's so many unwritten rules about villages. The first rule is that once you trade with 2 villages, they'll always stay the same profession from the looks of it, especially when they're ranked up all the way to the diamond rank. Some of them are diamond, and once they convert to diamond, they never change, even if I break the actual lectern there. And hey guys are having a party. Woo! It is yeah, once they change the profession, they'll stay in the same profession forever, pretty much. and they don't want to change their profession. So you need to make sure you nap your villagers young and early before they actually pick up any profession. And I did that, and I hold all my villagers over here, using the button over there and one button up there. So once they grow up, I eventually move into the actual place. Now you don't want to have your workbenches placed right away, because you want to make sure that the villagers pick up the right workbench. When they go around this farm, they might tend to pick up one of the actual one of the workbenches on the other side instead of the one they actually end up being on. So those villagers over there, when I moved them through here, they picked up that workbench, and for the rest of the time they were linked that to workbench, and there's nothing I can actually do about it. So what I did eventually was I put on some actual slabs, and put some slabs on slab and removed all the actual workbenches from down here. And once I do remove them, they got rid of their actual they lost their actual profession, because none of them were actual diamond tier. In fact, I didn't even trade with them at all. So if they are not on the diamond tier or not any, I think if you don't trade with them at all, they can actually switch their profession. But once you trade with them, they'll stay in the same profession throughout. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was that once you remove all the work, you need to make sure that you remove all the workbenches before you bring any of the villages in here. Because as soon as you bring anyone here, they'll be staying in the same spot, right? So you want to make sure you place these workbenches as the last step. So that's what I did, and I removed all the workbenches, moved all the villages into space. That took forever, and and then I actually placed in all the workbenches. Now there are, if you look at their profession, all of them are cartographers. The respective block is over there. Now they should be able to spawn golems, and they've slept and they did work, and I can hear that they're working because you can hear like paper scribbling noise every now and then. Right, so now they should be panicking. Couldn't move this guy. He's ardent getting into the right spot, but I did move this guy. Come on, 9 golems. So now they're panicking, and they did work earlier on. Where's my golems? Come on. Where's my golems, mate? Oh, there is one! Yes! Woohoo! Oh, come on. Hey, look at that! My iron farm is working. Alright. Oh man, I can't be so much happy right now. This took forever to show up. This guy took forever to show up. Would it kill my zombie? I don't think so, mate. You gotta die. You gotta die. I need to make sure that I remove all this. Alright, bye. It's the columns. It's gonna get dead. Woohoo! Oh, what? What are you doing there? Oh, for fuck's sake, that's just die. How did you even survive that drop? How did you even get here? Like over here instead of there. Alright, you're gonna stay there for a while because I can't kill you and low in health. But it kind of works. I'm so happy it works. But this took so much longer than I thought it's gonna take. Yeah, so the third rule of so I also figured out why they're sort of pushing each other off the platform, because in Tango's video they were just fine, really. It's just me being paranoid about not giving them enough space, really. Like I should have been really strict with them to begin with. Oh, I'm out of food. I should have been really strict with them to begin with. I should have not have given them enough space to move on. Because what ended up happening was that since I gave them more than the 3 blocks they need to move, and also like enough headspace, they were able to get on the bed itself and push any other villages in the that happens to be on the bed itself. So that's how they were pushing each other off. But right now they don't have enough headroom to get into the actual bed block, so they can get into the bed as in sleep in it, but not on top of it. So now they can be on top of it, and they're not gonna push each other off. So that's gonna work just fine. All right, this episode turned out. Whoops. Never mind. I was just gonna say it turned out better than it was expected, but I'm getting some damage. Alright, I'm cut to the next clip when I actually fully automate this thing from end to end. Be right back. Alright, so there's a few issues here. So there's this panels over here that catches the golems as they fall in, and because of that, they tend to hang out here, literally, over here for a few seconds, and then just happens to just fall in. That's not really an issue. They eventually will fall in, but because of the fact that they're hanging in here, they tend to have some vertical velocity, horizontal velocity in that direction and that direction, causing them to sort of sway to either side. To fix this, what I could do is I could just simply have like a wall of leaves all the way to the bottom. That would probably do it, but that means I need to have a lot of leaves, right? Maybe I do have a lot of leaves. Let me check. What's my leaf is? I don't know, mate. I feel like I'm gonna run out of leaves. Oh man, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. No, I'm losing all my stuff. Fuck. I'm also dying. Oh man. Fuck. Oh man. Almost rage quit again. This game, I tell ya, it's ups and downs. So much pain. Almost burned down the whole thing back to ashes because the whole thing was made of wood. And when the fire came on from the actual lava blocks, which I should have thought ahead, it kind of took off in flames. Good thing I really liked her, and I was able to put out the fire from the top there, and the water sort of helped me as well. So I decided to turn off fire tick because this damage took forever to repair. Man, some mechanics of this game it makes sense from like reality perspective, but sometimes it's just painful to do a lot of rebuilding, especially something like this. It almost wrecked my whole farm, and I'm glad I didn't kill any of my villagers, and it could have killed all my villagers, but it didn't. So I've turned off the fire tick. Now the fire's not going to spread. I don't have to think about it in the future, which you might say I'm cheating because that's not the intended game mechanic, but the game also, allowed me to turn it off using game rules. So I think that's a good compromise, but given that the guys at Hermitcraft also turned it off for the same exact reason, I don't really mind. It's just fire grief is just griefy, Alright, so this should work. Let me get to the top and see if this works. Golems away. Panic, but these guys aren't gonna panic because it's too far away for them. And there goes the golem. Nice. I'm gonna turn this off for now. I'm gonna see if the actual golem's gonna die. Oh, that. I need to raise that power a bit higher. But there we go. We got the free and economical resourced iron. I wouldn't say economically, but I mean, yeah, it kind of is economical, but not the ethical version of it. Oh well, alright, so it's working well. I just need to move, I think I need to move this villager a few blocks to the right, like in the right center, like here. Golems, alright, this is looking good. And I need to put this into some sort of a hopper clock for it to be automatically triggered every, that's it, 30 seconds or so. I'm just stretching, it took me forever. Alright, be right back. Oh man, so I was building the hopper clock over here next to the actual zombies, so it automatically triggers it. Everything's fine, it's just that I'm out of slime blocks, slime balls, meaning that I can't actually build this because I need a slime piston here. I really wish we could use honey instead of actual honey blocks, slime blocks, because you can actually make honey blocks, but I'm not sure why you can make sticky pistons with honey block. Would have made much more sense, but oh man, I need to get to the I can't remember where the slime chunk was, but I think that's in and it's been a while since I've been there. I think it's in that direction, to be honest. But oh well, I gotta do what I gotta do, I guess. Well, you look at that, I found my old home, and here we go, some slimes. Thank God. Okay, oh man, this doesn't look good. We're just flying on spectator mode. I was just flying in survival mode and I noticed that some of these chunks looks really weird. What's going on, game? Why are you corrupting my chunks? Parts of my island is devastated. This is really bad news, guys. It's just Minecraft. Minecraft is being bad at being Minecraft. Oh man, this happened to me earlier in the episode as well. Like I was showing you guys in the I'm not sure why this time it happened. The only thing I did was I just flew in. I'm glad none of my actual parts of the island was affected. Good thing I'm keeping backups, but even still, how am I going to recover this? I'll have to use some sort of a world editor to correct this world. But come on, Minecraft, how is this still in the game, mate? Oh man, I'm so bummed out about this. Look what they have done to my beautiful island. Just devastates like parts of it. Oh man, look at what they've done to my island. I'm not sure what to do, guys. I'm kind of bummed out. Like, if the overworld is corrupted like this, I might need to restart this island. Like, salvage what I could at this point, you know, and restart this island from scratch. Alright, so the iron golems are spawning pretty well, I'd say. So hooked up a clock and it'll automatically trigger a panic mode on the actual villagers, and it creates me a decent supply of iron. As you guys can see over there, got 36 iron blocks already. Nice. At this point I would have shown you guys the time lapse of how frequent this would cause, how frequent the iron golems actually spawn, but after what happened with the corrupted chunks, I'm really afraid to actually bring in the third account or second account, because when I create another instance of Minecraft, it actually warns me saying that, hey, you're trying to load in another world while the game is running, and that might corrupt your world, you know. So I'm not entirely sure what to do. It's sad to say that, but because I'm kind of bummed out, to be honest, because my world is getting corrupted. I spent like about 60 hours on this already, and I want it to get corrected. And it's much hard work. I had to push this in. Yeah, sometimes I've noticed the iron golems are sort of sliding into that space over there. I need to fix that up. Could I just fill it in leaves, because I made the leaves unclimbable. Yeah, so the iron, this classic ether clock here. So it's just a simple ether clock that triggers this every 30 seconds or so. Maybe I need to put it more frequent, like 45 seconds or so, and it'll trigger the actual so the good thing about this farm is that all 4 villages really can trigger at the same time, meaning that all the villages panic at the same time, causing the iron golems to spawn. So it's kind of effective in that way. Which reminds me, why hasn't any of the iron golems have spawned recently? Maybe it's too frequent. Oh no, they're not. Okay, they're getting spawned. So as soon as they start panicking, you should be able to see some iron golems getting spawned. And now. And now. Come on, spawn on camera, mate. Oh, there you go. So it's effectively, the actual effective rate of should be 4 iron golems every spawn every 30 seconds. So not sure why these guys are not spawning on that side. But as you guys saw there, so might turn down and turn up the. Oh, there we go. I got it on camera. So all 4 spawn at the same time. Hey, buddy. So this guy is actually catching. If you look at that, he's catching the ledge there. I think I mentioned this earlier, but need to fix that. To work for that. Look at that guy. Oh man, why is that guy not still alive? Alright, time to go home, buddy. Oh wait, what's that, guys? Oh, I don't want to shoot any of the villagers accidentally. Come on, die. Get down there. There we go. Yeah, cool. Since the sign farm is working, I'm thrilled about it. I'm just so sad. Ooh, is that a trident? It's not a trident. Okay. I haven't got a trident yet, by the way. Need to get one of them. I'm so thrilled about this farm actually working at the same time. I'm so sad. My island is getting disintegrated into pieces. I need to research into what's going on. Maybe I need to reset this whole island and just go to a world region and just copy and paste the world regions I want to keep and get rid of the next and restart it fresh. But I'm not sure why it's corrupting. Maybe there's a bug tracker in the issue tracker in Minecraft, but I'll have to look into that. But as the episode goes, I think this is the end of this episode. I'll have to take my armor out, but there's so much crap on me. Yeah, so I got some slime bugs, but pretty sure that I'm gonna run out of them soon. Sorry, I'm running out of words as well. So thanks for watching, guys. This episode took longer than the other longer than I promised earlier on. I thought it's gonna be dropping on Sunday, but looks like it's dropping on Monday. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Sorry, not the next clip, next episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.